Seems like today's a good day to play some games. I mean, we have the PlayStation Experience happening. We got new Marvel vs. Capcom, Last of Us 2. We got a remaster of Marvel 3. I mean, we have some Crash Bandicoot is on his way back. I mean, we have some stuff. We have some stuff happening today. Some big Akuma's in Street Fighter 5, and he has like long, luxurious like Lion King hair. I mean, we got stuff happening. All right, guys, so we're back into this with our Romulan playthrough of Star Trek Online. If last we remember, we end up working with a Romulan named Charva, who was trying to say that Deton. I always forget how they pronounce it. They pronounce it, and then I listen, and then I forget, and then I just like go back to saying it the way I want to say it. We're trying to prove that there is corruption in the Romulan Republic, and that their motives are purely evil. So we went to a planet to try to find out. Actually, we went back to the Virinet system, which is where we're at right now. If remember, this is the beginning of the game. We first meet the character, meet Saitra, you meet the Tal Shiar and stuff like that. And instead of finding out proof of this corruption, we run into another Romulan who's part of the Republic, who mistook us as terrorists. And in the end, we ended up finding out that we were set up. And even though Charva is still saying there's more to it and that she's innocent, and that we still haven't found any proof that there's corruption. So, and we're looking for smuggling weapons that are being smuggled or manhandled or just being shipped around to these different factions who are trying to cause problems for everybody, and we haven't found them yet. So we are going to another system, I believe, to continue to look for that. Actually, let's look real quick. What is this? Let us look how they want us to do it here. Blah blah blah. Yeah, see, blue ships have been gone missing. Actually, we're going after some ships that are missing. That's right. That was the mission we had before. This now we're going to look for some ships that have been disappearing that belong to the Republic, and we're going to try to find out why. So if y'all recall, when we've been playing, we have the new planet, the new Romulus. So that's the new Romulan Republic. And we're just we established an alliance with Starfleet to help us move to that planet. Now we have this idea that there is corruption within the ranks, and we're going to try to find out proof. And part of it is to deal with what's going on with these missing ships that could be connected to all the bad stuff that's happening. And in the end, all we really want to do is just move into our new home, and there's all these problems. There's the Romulan Star Republic, who's giving us beef. There's the Tal Shiar, who's trying to mess with our jam. And if you remember, the Tal Shiar are not only just doing some shifty stuff, but they're kidnapping people, if you remember. And we haven't figured out that part yet. And we also have, not a secret mission, but a more personal one in story of Tovin, this guy right here, his sister's missing. And so I gotta go get it. No, I didn't. I think it is, but it's not that great. But his sister's missing, and we're gonna try to find out. We're trying to find her. And so far we haven't found anything on her just yet, but Every once in a while, there's a prompt that comes up for me to ask whether or not she's around or not. So every chance we get, we're gonna ask about his sister, and so hopefully that story part will come up and will be really cool, and we'll cry, we'll hug each other afterwards, because there's two ways this can go. I said there's three. Actually, it still is three. We have that she's a bad guy, that she's dead, or she's perfectly fine. She can be perfectly fine where she's living. That's the other one I think people tend to forget, that there's that idea that she's perfectly fine. She's content where she's living, and she doesn't want any part of the Republic, the Romulan Star Empire, or even the Tal Shiar. She doesn't want any of that. She just wants to live her normal life on a planet as a farmer with her Ferengi husband and her adopted Ferengi children. I'm guessing that may not even necessarily be what's happening. That she's with some Ferengi guy, but that could be a thing. That happens in stories sometimes. We're all like, oh, it's the worst. And actually, it's completely normal. And sometimes, I think sometimes the normal is like, oh, really? Wait, they're fine? What? And you're a little disappointed. But I bet you, we'll see what happens. We have those three options, and we'll see what happens here. And we'll see how Tovin will deal with the fact that the fate of his sister, because we still don't know what it is, because we still haven't found very much information just yet. Oh, we're almost here to the Mempa system to find out why we have ships disappearing. Let's go. We're gonna get into the bigger picture of this jam. Look at that ship, all nice and green.
We've arrived at the source of the distress signal. Scanning the area now.
Cardassian vessel is dead ahead, sir. It is surrounded by a field of subspace distortion, and I am reading a spike in the ship's Tetrion emissions. That's the one campaign I'm surprised they don't have on here is Cardassian. What are they doing at this point? I can't remember what's happening out there with them at this point. Scans at this rate are inconclusive. The radiation is interfering with our sensors. Why?
The ship is badly damaged, but there's no clear relationship between the distortion and the ship. I ran a comparison to the anomalies we scanned previously in the Kittimer system. While they appear similar at first look, the spike in Tetrions is different from what we've seen before.
Alright, so...
Sir, there's no sign of a Republic vessel in the area. Whatever happened here is unfortunate, but I recommend we continue our search elsewhere. It may look suspicious if we linger.
We still gotta... I was gonna say we're Starfleet now, so we gotta be. We're technically Starfleet, but we're technically not, because now, like I said, now that we are working with Starfleet, we get the option of getting Starfleet ships and some of their gear, and we currently have a Starfleet officer with us. Her name is Cora, and she's pretty awesome. She knows how to fix a really mean cappuccino. Starts to feel good to derelict ship. Oh, I didn't put on full impulse, so in your face. You didn't even know what's going on. I almost did, but it would look like it wasn't going to matter anyways. Hey, just scan the ship. Okay, full stop. It's like, you see that I was like trying to scan it? Is it just because we're in this weird field that it won't scan? Here, get the prompt. Full stop. Was me bumping into it messing up our little jam? The ship appears to have sustained damage, but not enough to disable primary functions or life support. There's one hull breach, but an emergency force field is in place. The ship appears to be deserted, but even at this range I cannot be certain there is significant interference from the localized radiation.
Cardassians use a recursive encryption algorithm to protect their data from unauthorized access. We'd have to be on their bridge to tap into their systems.
Alright, so what can we do? Oh, we're gonna get on there.
We have no idea what happened to this ship. We could be putting ourselves at risk for the sake of curiosity. I recommend we leave and continue our search elsewhere. It's your call. But if you're going over to that ship, then I'm coming
What?
with you.
What? Why? You're not. Why? Why are we taking you? We don't need to take you. Oh, it's just you and I. Oh, I see.
Interesting. No visible damage. Why would they abandon the ship?
What if they were
The
kidnapped?
bridge appears operational,
Abducted.
but where's the crew?
But it doesn't seem. It doesn't seem. I don't know if the Tal Shiar are abducting people. It doesn't make sense they would go after Cardassians because they're going after Romulans and Remans.
No other life signs detected. We're alone.
And then the previous when we were playing before, it
Here's
was clear
something.
that Tal Shiar was trying to disrupt any kind of allegiance we would have to
There are
anybody
no
else.
corpses on this ship.
Yeah, they're all snatched. I love how she's not hitting the
Ship
console.
description fits what we've seen of the Alachi. Several security logs were accessed recently. I think you're going to want to see this.
That makes me think- that panel makes you think of DS9.
The security recording is from 3 days ago.
What's up?
Whatever it is, it explains why there aren't any corpses.
Yeah, but it also looked like brother was walking on air.
One more. Pulling it up now.
Yep. Whoa. Oh, those are those Tholians? No, they were looking more like robots when we fought earlier.
Wait. That noise. Several ships are on approach and requesting status. Sir, they're Cardassian.
Of course. Now the Cardassians think we're the ones who did it, even though we had nothing to do with it. Alright, Cardassian scanned the derelict ship and went to talk to us. Alright, let's go. Tell them we didn't do it.
Oh, it's the only true.
Really got to fade. Lower your shield and surrender immediately. We carry an order of reprisal signed by Empress Sela, authorizing us to seize and detain. Oh, of course. Considering your situation, I suggest you view this offer as a generous opportunity to save your crew. See, did Cardassians and Romulans get along? I don't remember if they did or not. This is unfortunate. Your ship would be worth far more undamaged. This is your last chance. Feel free to use to escape pods while necessary. Y'all.
2 more waves are approaching the system. Recommended defensive posture with power to shields.
Hey, I have a defensive posture. It's called not liking my ship getting messed up. I honestly had nothing for that right there. I thought it was going to be funny, but it didn't work. It didn't work. I wonder how messed up you would get in this. Can we? Yeah, we still can't because we're stuck in the field. Can we? I guess it won't matter now once we get close enough. And there we go. In your face! Alright. Get him, giant. There we go. Stupid, they're always photons. Wow, we're going right into it. Gonna give him the juice. Come on now. Damn, yo. Get you with another one of these. Yeah. Oh, by cloaking? Alright.
Rear shields failing.
Who's? Oh. That's right. You know what? That is still a thing, that when you go in the cloak, you have, like, no shields. You would think this far into the future, I mean, it's not that far. It's still, like I said, it only takes place, like, a few decades after Nemesis. You would think you would get it down without a cloak and shield it out. Shields are failing. Actually, it's confirmed. Oh. Good juice. Woo. Hurry up, torpedo. There we go. Offline. It hit me with something that made something go offline. What status effect moves are interesting in this game? Turn that to sound man said. Get him! Okay, either we chase him or we don't chase him. We'll let the rear torpedo get it. Or not. I'm telling you, we get a second gun right there, it's gonna be a turret. It's gonna be great. It will chase him no matter what. And inner sights. We didn't get any plasma. Done. Do we have another one? Another group? There we go. I hear you. And the turn radius on this bad boy is something else. When we get a better ship, we'll put the turning be different. But we're starting from the bottom, so we got to deal with how funky the turning is. Close enough, yes. Wow, that's what got hurt. Did he shoot our large? Our heavy? Oh, there he goes. Heavy torpedo. Was that their thing? I forget what their thing was. I know with the Bajorans it was about the prophets. You know, I didn't know everything with the Romulans. Not Romulans, Cardassians. Sir, I was monitoring messages during the battle, so you're pretty much see, he's texting while we're fighting. See, look at that. On Facebook, see what we got. During the battle, and was able to isolate a long-range transmission. The Cardassian battleship sent a message to a location in the Eta Iridani sector block. I have been unable to pinpoint the exact destination, but I'll continue to monitor the frequency and listen to any further transmissions. All right.
The Cardassians were unaware of what had happened to their missing vessel. It appears the Alachi attacked them while they were hunting for our ships. Bad luck. We should destroy the derelict. Let the True Way think that the Republic defeated all of their patrols.
All right. Where is it at? There it is. I'm intrigued that the Cardassians and the Romulans would work together. You would think they wouldn't trust each other. I mean, they're both kind of shifty, like, people. They tend to be. I feel like people wouldn't trust the Cardassians more than the Romulans tend to do subjective stuff too. Based on what you've learned, it seems that your next lead is in the Beta Quadrant. Head to the Nantu system and see if you can learn more about where our ships are going and who's taking them. All right.
According to new intel, Sela has started paying privateers to capture or destroy Romulan Republic ships. That would explain why these Cardassians are operating outside their normal territory. I suggest we track these True Way ships back to their base. If we're lucky, they'll lead us right to the missing Republic ships.
So, oh, there's an item there. Oh, well. So were they mercs or were they... So he was paying... So... Alright, so we've learned that Sela was paying them to come after the Republic. Specifically the Republic ships, and they got jacked in the process. So... Interesting. So, okay. So if we're being hunted by the Romulan Star Republic, how much you want to bet she has something to do? Interesting. She's paying people. How much you want to bet she has something to do with the missing ships and probably the abductions? But if we find out how much, I almost can guarantee we probably won't be able to do anything about it because you know how that stuff is. Hanging power to try to take them down. So anybody, how many of you guys went to the PlayStation Experience that's in Southern California? I think I heard about it one other time. I think was it last year or the year before they did a what's it called, PSX, and I heard it was really cool. And then they had this one happen this week. And the only reason why I even knew about it was because one of the guys I watch on Twitch, Maximilian, he was talking about it. It's the only reason why I even knew it was even happening, or else I'd probably be sitting here either playing Pokemon Sun or Final Fantasy 15, not even realize that this was happening. So I watched the big reveals and stuff they did this morning. Okay, here's a. How many of us can agree that as cool as Kojima is, this new game he's coming out with is very confusing, or interesting, or I don't know how to with the teaser he did last year at E3, and then this trailer that he has out now. I don't know what to make of it. He's super, it's super symbolic and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. This is his baby here, so we'll see how it's gonna be. I can't tell if it's supposed to be like a thriller or a horror or both, or I don't know. But everybody seems to be. I'm not gonna lie. They were talking to Kojima. I was watching it earlier, and they showed the trailer again. And after it was over, a lot of people were just kind of kind of wanted to clap, but they weren't sure what to clap about because it was kind of confused. I mean, the trailer was cool because it had Guillermo del Toro in it and Matt Mikkelsen playing. That's the thing. We have no idea what this game is about. It's just I think people are excited because Kojima's making a new game. But at the same time, we don't know anything about it, so it's kind of it's hard to be excited because we don't know what it is, and he's being super artistic about it. Because look, the teaser and this trailer that just came out are super artistic. It's hard to tell what it all means and how it's all connected. So it's very clear that the whole thing about the that's cute stuff. We might start doing some of those to see how those are. But like the whole thing about the connection thing, I know he talked about that once before, and I'm just curious of what the whole thing about the hoses and stuff means, and what's the deal with the babies and stuff. It's like I'm interested, but at the same time I'm kind of creeped out, because anytime you start putting like babies in a trailer, I don't know, and it's done in a weird sci-fi horror kind of way, it creeps me out just a little bit. But you know, there's a lot of Kojima followers out there, and I don't know, am I a Kojima guy? I don't hate him. I know everyone loved him for Metal Gear, but I wasn't. I watched a playthrough of 1, and I played Sons of Liberty all the way through. I hated Sons of Liberty. I never played Snake Eater or 4 or 5, so I don't have a real big opinion about Metal Gear. I thought Metal Gear Rising was pretty sick, but other than that, whoa. Oh, okay, bigger picture. See all those cues that popped up? I see, those are those big old, like, PvE, PvP cues. I don't know about PvP on this game, but we might check it out while look at all that radiation. So our magnetic field is surrounding a large concentration of asteroids dead ahead. I've run a sweep for Republic transponders, but either the Cardassians removed it or there's too much interference for sensors to get a lock. There's also a Cardassian satellite dead ahead that may be impeding our scans. Cora, talk to me. You're not Cora. The Cardassians are most likely using the magnetic fluctuations in this area to hide their privateer operations. Our sensors were able to pick up a nearby satellite and a station located in the asteroid belt. I've marked the location of them both on our tactical maps. Okay. Alright, so tell me about the system. It's a Class J planetoid locked in orbit along with several hundred large asteroids. Because the planetoid has an iron core and is relatively close to the star, there's a significant magnetosphere trapping stellar wind plasma. The resulting magnetic flux in numerous asteroids will prevent us from safely using full impulse once we had that last time, so that's not a big deal. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to approach the satellite.
Recommend we stay cloaked as we approach the station, sir.
It's interesting, it doesn't affect our cloaking? Oh. It can affect our full impulse, but doesn't affect our cloaking. Which is interesting, because I bet you, how much you want to bet when we scan that satellite, we're gonna come out of cloak? Watch. Well, yeah, so how many guys, I always ask a lot of questions, I always want to know, and I haven't got any comments, so I guess nobody wants to tell me, but how many of you guys have played the Metal Gear games, and how many of them have you played? Like I said, I've seen the playthrough of 4, I've played through 2, I've seen a playthrough of 1. In addition to the magnetic interference that Cardassians have mined the asteroid field ahead with defensive turrets. The satellite appears to be targeting a targeting array and fire controller for their turrets. We may be able to access the satellite's programming, but there's a chance that if we do, we'll alert the Cardassians. We'll do it anyways. Ooh. I just saw the tactical solution and I automatically liked it. I've successfully accessed the control layer within the satellite's operational routines. This satellite is sending commands to several defensive turrets. We may be able to insert a malicious command that will disable or neutralize many of the turrets. What is your command? Reprogram target recognition. A new programming routine has been successfully uploaded, but not all of the turrets in the area were susceptible, but we've softened the defenses between our ship and the Cardassian station. Alright, we're going to go to the station.
If we avoid the magnetic flux energy, we should be able to remain cloaked as we approach the station.
Oh, so I gotta... Where is the station? Oh, there it is. Wait. Go this way. Go this way. Were they shooting at each other? They were shooting at each other. So, Wait a minute, how are we gonna do this? Oh, so here, well, let's do it this way. I think it'd be better if we do it this way. Let's go all the way around at full impulse. So at least if we can, because now we can at least do full impulse, and we're not gonna be caught up in the field, and we're cloaked, so they can't pick us up. So if we can just loop around and we can get in there without any issues. What? That's called stretchagem. We've entered magnetic field full impulse offline. No we didn't. We did not enter the weird atmospheric thing. The magnetosphere. Thanks a lot, Eric. Who remember when they, back in the day with early X-Men comics, that like they called him Magnus instead of calling him Eric? Eric, the only reason why they call him Eric was because in the movies, they changed it to the movie in the movies. Fun fact, what did they change his last name to? Because they didn't want to offend anybody. Because in earlier comics, they actually gave him a very specific name, but they didn't want to associate being a bad guy with because you know Magneto is Jewish, so they didn't want to associate those of Jewish descent with being a mutant terrorist. So they changed his last name. I can't remember what his last name was. I remember looking it up and like, oh wow, that's his. But who remembers the day he used to be called Magnus? He was that was like the name they used instead of when he wasn't being Magneto. They didn't call him Eric, they called him Magnus. Who remembers that? Anybody? Nobody? Everybody? Somebody? Can I? Here we go. We're out of the field. And then when the movies came out, they decided to call him Eric. Or they double confirmed that Eric's his name, and they gave him a last name that was fitting to his race. Which, by the way, if anybody recalls, Fox is talking about doing a soft reboot of the X-Men franchise. Who agrees? Oh, we're gonna be destroying turrets. Okay. I literally, like, oh, it's an ally? All right, we're gonna come around.